Hello, Tom James. Come on in, take your seat. Please take your seat. We are going to start in a little over 1 minute. So please come on and take your seat.
Everyone, please come in and find a seat. We are going to get started shortly. We are getting started shortly for our final general session. Please take a seat. Please welcome to the stage our MCs, LeVar and Sheila.
What up, Tom James?
Good morning, Tom James.
Happy Friday.
Oh, our last day. Can you
are
even
down.
believe it?
I cannot believe
Man,
you're looking good.
who is your tailor?
Woo, twins.
Goodness.
I like it. Yes. It's on Friday. We're down to the end. Can y'all believe it? Have you had a great week? Yeah? It's been a
Have you learned as much as I feel the rest of us have?
I know.
My head's like full of ideas, and I'm like, I want to get back and implement something.
That's
Come on.
right. It's amazing. Even as many years as we've come to this, Sheila, there's always new, inspiring, great information, right?
And Chairman's Club night, y'all.
Yeah.
How amazing were each of those speakers last night? Give them another round of applause for huge achievements. I felt like the theme of last night was gratitude, right? The
Yeah.
people that got them there was like their big why was all their family, friends, leadership, everybody involved, not just them individually.
That's right. And it was world class, wasn't it?
It really was.
Production, the folks on the
dancers?
stilts, the dancers, right? It was awesome. Jason, as always, as the consummate MC of the night.
Yep.
Just a world class production. What a great company we get to work with, right?
You.
It's very exciting. Give it up again, one more time.
Well, we got a lot to be covering today, but you know, what's a better way to go out in style?
One more time, y'all. We got one more lucky winner for the pageant package. Jeff's already making his way down because that's how confident he is. You know you're going to win, right?
Do you know how many people have asked me in the elevator, hey, will you call my number? I'm like, I'm trying to call my own number.
On my own number, right? Pageant, 160s, Royal Classic, beautiful patterns, maybe some cashmere in it, who knows?
That
All
one?
right.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah? What we got? What we got? Oh! She pulled her own name.
This can't
up.
even be happening.
Can we put that on the camera or something so people see that?
I can't accept that. I just pulled my own name.
I don't think that.
I can't accept that. That's ridiculous. No. That's really cool. I can't do that. That's hilarious, though. What are the odds?
I don't know. I think she'll get beat up if she keeps it, y'all.
I will get beat
I
up.
think somebody will straight up slap her. Sorry, that was cool, though.
If I pull your
Play the-
name,
yeah, you should play the
if I
lottery
pull
game.
your name, that's going to be even better.
I'm not that lucky.
Okay.
All right.
6,
9,
0,
5.
5. Danielle Tremblay.
Tremblay. Oh my gosh. That is unreal. Oh my goodness.
Come on up here. Carol, take it aside.
Congratulations.
It looks much better on you.
All right.
Congratulations.
Way to go.
Hey, you're welcome.
Give
You
it up for
deserve it.
Danielle.
Woo!
Hey,
I'm feeling
man.
shocked.
That is awesome.
I'm going to play the lottery after this.
Y'all better keep Sheila as the MC because she is better than I am.
Lie.
I'm keeping those clothes.
Now, I gotta say, next to some free clothes, my favorite thing to do, and I think y'all can follow in suit on this, is getting to say thanks to all the people that make this week happen, especially this hotel staff that has
Yes.
taken elite care of all of us. Can we bring them on up to the stage?
Come on up, JW Marriott staff. Come on stage.
Especially our event manager, Alexandra Struck.
Yes.
Thank
Come
y'all.
on.
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah.
Welcome on
Woo.
up. Thank you. Y'all made this
Give
week
it up.
special and possible.
Yes.
Thank you for putting up with us.
JW.
Thank y'all. Come on up. We're gonna
Marriott.
squeeze you all
Tampa.
down.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Come on
you.
through. Come on through, y'all.
Y'all are
Come on
awesome.
up.
I'll squeeze you right on here. We'll have y'all come down to the
Come
front
on
right
on
here.
stage.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
The JW Marriott staff. Yeah. Woo! Give it up. You guys are amazing. Just want to say on behalf of Tom James, you guys have made our stay unbelievable. If there's anyone who knows service, I can tell you it's this group right here who serves every day, and we identify top-notch service, and you guys are world class. We love JW Marriott, and you guys have exceeded the standard here at Tampa, JW Marriott. So one more time, let's give them a round of applause, y'all. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. We'll have y'all execute.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank
Thank
you so
y'all
much.
so much.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. No, thank you. Thanks for greeting me for breakfast this morning. That was amazing. Thank you. You guys are awesome.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
He made you work for it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you
Now,
so much.
I gotta say, in addition to this hotel staff, y'all here at JW Marriott, don't forget about this AV production crew over here.
There's our
Give it up
AV
for
team, y'all. For a
Joy
wonderful
Fletcher,
session.
Bryce Clark, Trevor Conrad, Todd Germany, Ashlyn Bork, and our breakout crew, Devin Sweet, Marcus Day, Reed Andrews, Daniel Morgan, and Michael Bowen.
Give it up.
You want to call them up to the stage?
Yes. Our wonderful photographers and videographers, Mr. Kurt Heineke down front and Brandon Hafeli. Give it up. They do a wonderful job. You want to come on stage? Come on up.
on.
Yes. Bring them up.
And you know We wouldn't be able to do our jobs, livelihoods, or really anything at all without our IT help desk. Let's get Chris Snyder up here, Cornell Jones, and TJ Reed.
Yeah. The IT help desk. What up? I didn't know you were here, man.
Yeah.
And our Tom James meeting team. Come on through, y'all.
We got Heather White, Nick Yano, Carrie Jacobs, Aaron Skombeck, and Alyssa Roan.
Yes. Behind the
Y'all so
scenes.
much.
Pulling it all off.
Without you
Thank
guys.
you.
So much.
Thank you so much.
Possible.
Thank you. You guys are amazing. Nick, bring it in, bro. Bring it in. And the Tom James administration, Mary Jane Baker and Jennifer McNulty. Come on through. Michelle Trivette,
You.
Grace Langford, Gus Simpson, Gabrielle Mortensen, Abby Roche, and Kevin
Nairn.
Come on up. Guys, this is who puts the meeting together for us, right? What a week. What a week we've had. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Awesome.
And we can't forget our wonderful MCs. Haven't they been great? Give them a big round. Should we bring them back next time? Yeah? No, yeah, I think so. And one more thing I want to recognize real quick. You all did your anniversary recognition today, and you got your little plaque. But there's someone up here that you see all at these meetings all the time. This is his 10th anniversary of taking photos at Tom James meetings. That's Kurt Heineke.
Yeah.
You don't get
Put
a
it on your
jacket.
jacket.
I'll get you a plaque.
One more time, man. Thank you all
Thank
so
y'all.
much. Appreciate you all. Thank you. You guys are
Thank
unbelievable.
y'all so much.
Thanks for all you do. What a week. Thank you guys so much for all your hard work. It's been amazing.
Now, after a phenomenal celebration last night,
Yeah.
I think it's only worthy that all of these Chairman's Club achievers get to come on up and do their Chairman's Jacket presentation.
Yes.
So can we bring up the divisional presidents and Todd to the stage? So when we call your name up, those achievers here today, we all just come up on stage. You'll get your jacket as a team from the division leaders, and then we'll take a group photo together. Cool?
Yes. All right. Our first award recipient last night from Jacksonville, Florida was Mr. Evan Miller. Come on through.
Everybody loves a good selfie. Of course, next up we've got Mr. Matt Cornish.
South Florida. Come on up. Wow.
Dang,
It's
looks
nicely.
good.
Beautiful fit. Gorgeous. And next we have Molly from Raleigh. Molly Riazi.
Oh, I like that. Good rhyme.
Ooh. Yes. Congratulations.
Now let's welcome to the stage Miss Lauren Turner.
Hey! Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice. And from the ATL, Miss Madison D.
Beautiful. Let's next welcome up Mr. Jake Hadley
All
from
right.
Denver. Like butter.
All right, from Toronto, Canada, Sam Habib. The lookbook.
It looks like he just walked out of the lookbook. What's
He just-
going on
just
here?
walked right out of the lookbook. Do we know what kind of fabric is in these jackets? Do we know what they're wearing? Super 180s. Wow.
What? And that's the chairman's only liner, the chairman's only buttons.
Very
And you
nice.
get your patch on the inside, right?
Very exclusive.
Well, I know Hannah Falk wants to come up here and get her beautiful chairman's jacket.
Yeah. From the Queen City of Charlotte. Super
Beautiful.
180s. From New York, Miss Isabella Mancini. Come on down. All right.
And let's welcome up Roxana Timberlake from
Yes.
Greensboro.
Greensboro. Way to go, Roxana.
And
Woohoo.
sharpen some tweeds today, of course.
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right, time for group photo. We're going to have a group photo. Let's have you guys over this way for your group photo.
Ooh, and the green shoes. Woo.
Yeah. All right, we'll have the leadership team stay nearby, and you're next.
Give them a round of applause, y'all. Our Chairman's Club Achievers.
Congratulations on your Chairman's Club Blazers. And now, Mr. Nucci. Another round of applause for Mr. Nucci, y'all.
You.
If you would, please turn your attention to the screen.
Hello, Ed. This is Mitch and Rhonda.
Hey, Ed, it's Rhonda. Well, congratulations on 40 years. Mitch has got a few words to say to you.
Yeah, we're so proud of you, Ed. It's just been great to know you since the college days. And just think about, when I think of you, you're always a ray of sunshine. No matter how tough it was, you always had a smile, and your faith shone through. That's why you had that smile. Jesus lives inside you. So congratulations on 40 years. We're so proud of you. God bless you and your family, and wish you the very best. Bye.
Go.
Eddie McLean. Seems like yesterday. It was Orlando, Florida. We were in our early 20s, and you were checking out the Tom James opportunity by jumping in the car with me and going on some appointments. And here we are 40 years later. I felt like it was only fitting to congratulate you on top of a Harley. which I know is one of the things you really enjoy. So congrats on a fantastic career, and I wish you many more years of success.
Hey, Eddie. Congratulations on 40 years. Really grateful for you and all that you've done for Jacksonville. Grateful that you started Jacksonville 38 years ago, and then you allowed a couple of us young guys to come in and help out. You truly are the mayor of Jacksonville. You're Cashmere Eddie. You sell more $3,500 pants than anybody I know. You're a true expert at your craft. Thank you for being you. Thank you for everything that you do. Congratulations on 40 years. Excited to see what the future holds for you.
Eddie, congratulations on a long and successful career. I've gotten a chance to work alongside of you my whole career, and you really just blazed the trail for many of us in Florida to just be successful here at Tom James. You've done it for a long time. And I hope you still run for mayor of Jacksonville. I still think you'll win. Congrats, Eddie.
Hello, Eddie. Many congratulations on your 40th anniversary with Tom James Company. I still remember the day you joined us in the early 80s after a fine career with Southwestern Company. Eddie, you are amazing. Thank you for many years of diligent and excellent service, both in Atlanta and in Jacksonville. Our company owes a lot to you. You have always been a man of integrity, great character, straightforwardness, and always somebody you can count on. I am proud of you, my friend. I wish Pebby and the girls a wonderful new year, and I want to wish you all success for the future. Take care, Eddie. Bye-bye.
Would you join me in welcoming Mr. Eddie McClain to the stage? We'll get a picture first, and then I'll introduce. We're going to get a picture. Today, we recognize Eddie McClain for 40 years of service with Tom James Company. Very few people ever get the opportunity to stay in one place for 40 years. And even fewer earn the right to be celebrated on how they did it. Mr. Hayes used to remind us that our company isn't built on products or programs, it's built on people who choose to do the right things the right way for a very long time. Eddie McClain is that belief, lived out for 4 decades. Eddie began his career in Atlanta, and just 2 years in, he took ownership, real ownership, and opened the Jacksonville office 38 years ago. Without Eddie, there is no Store 66, and that's not symbolic, that's factual. He's a founder, a builder, as you heard, the unofficial mayor of Jacksonville, and yes, lovingly around the Jacksonville office, nicknamed Cashmere Eddie. But at Tom James, tenure alone doesn't earn respect. It's how you carry yourself that does. Mr. Hayes believed the ultimate test of a career wasn't how fast you grew, but whether people were better because they worked beside you. Eddie has always practiced that standard: clean business, high character, keeping his word, leaving things better than he found them. When Jeff Harden went through our You Build It, You Keep It initiative and moved to Jacksonville 8 years ago, Eddie could have protected what he built. Instead, he invested in what was next. He shared wisdom, supported leadership. He helped grow people. That's ownership without ego. And that is the example of succession, and Mr. Hayes would have loved that. Eddie is a devoted husband, a proud father, a die-hard Florida State Seminole, and a man who understands that success at Tom James is measured not just by sales, but by relationships and reputation. And after 40 years, Eddie didn't slow down. He honored our opportunity. In 2025, he delivered his best year yet in the last decade. That's pride in our craft. That's gratitude for our opportunity. That's finishing strong. And he's not done yet. Eddie, you didn't just build a store, you built a standard. And long after numbers are forgotten, the standard will remain. Congratulations on 40 years, and thank you so much for setting the bar for all of us. We'll do a quick picture, and then we'd like to have a word from Eddie. We haven't had the privilege of providing many of these yet, so I'd like to read it to our partners, if that's okay. 40 years of service presented to Eddie McLean, given at the Tom James International Sales Meeting, January of 2026. Over years, we have seen a few men and women do extremely well over a long period of time, and we've seen a lot of people who do well over a short period of time and then fail. We notice that those people who do well over a long period of time keep that which they are trying to achieve more important than they are. When they are trying to achieve, it's always more important than themselves. Spencer Hayes. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me start by enthusiastically stating, goodness gracious sakes alive, I've only been at Tom James Clothier since 1985. And I still love it, and I still love all of you. I want to thank my family, my wonderful wife, Pebby, my wonderful daughters, Allison and Caitlin, my mother, who taught my brother Stan and myself to have faith in God. Definitely want to thank my colleagues, my clients, our accounting teams, our shops, and the Tom James founders whose vision built this great and remarkable company. I'm deeply, profoundly grateful. I began this wonderful career journey in Atlanta, as you saw with Naresh, newly married, full of ambition, and surrounded by people who believed in me. One of those was Naresh Khanna, who showed me what it meant to be professional and to think big. After a year and a half, we moved and opened Jacksonville. There's a quote that perfectly describes those early years. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Looking back now, it's true. Those years were beautiful. I joined Tom James for 7 reasons, and believe it or not, I have in my hand the original 3x5 card that is 40 years old that I wrote those 7 reasons down on. And these 7 reasons still hold true for me today. And they are leadership philosophy of building people, lifelong friends, excellent income, exceptional clientele, incredible vacations, a world-class wardrobe, and yes, retirement wealth, which I'll get back to in a moment. My story has been one of heart, hurdles, and hustle. Literally, it took me 4 years in high school to get good enough in track to go all the way to state and be a champion. 4 years. But that taught me something. Heart and desire beat talent most of the time. That same perseverance carried me through FSU, through Southwestern bookselling, and through every stage of my career. Whenever life punched at me, I just punched back, baby. Harder, harder, harder. That heart and desire is what took me to my goals, and it'll take you to your goals. Along the way, I was fortunate enough to absorb the wisdom of giants. Through their wisdom, still echoes throughout our company. If you listen closely, you can hear the whispers of people like Jim McEachern saying, "Let's suppose." Aaron Meyer saying, "Who knows?" Naresh Khanna saying, "Think big." Bob Scherer saying, "This is easier than raising pigs." Spencer Hayes saying, "You gotta believe." Ash Deshmukh saying, "Strive and you'll achieve." Todd Brown saying, "Come with me on this journey." Steve Nucci saying, "We are world class." Steve Adelsberg saying, "There is no limit." None. Those voices became part of my compass, and I hope they'll be part of yours. Resilience, I relied on my mental and spiritual resolve to persist over these decades. At Southwestern Bookselling, I lost my voice one summer and made President's Club using note cards for my introduction, knocking on doors, and selling. At Tom James, I sold on crutches twice for a month each time as a result of church league basketball injuries. Persistent people don't look for excuses, people. They look for solutions. You don't climb Mount Everest in a sprint. You climb, you rest, you adjust, and you keep going. Those who reach the top are those who persist. Enthusiasm to me means a state of being inspired, joyful, and driven every single day. As Emerson said, nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm, and he was right. Affirmations have been important to me along the way. One of my favorite is this: I've always believed in the power of positivity, and it is, I'm a strong, unconquerable spiritual being. Nothing can defeat nor dismay me. I use my bulldog tenacity to go over, under, around, and through any obstacle in the way of me reaching my goal. I wrote myself a congratulatory letter when I joined Tom James in sales school, congratulating myself on the success I knew I was coming. Did it in advance. My wife and I even wrote down the qualities we wanted our children to have before they were even born. See, we must envision the life we want to have before it happens. My mission was to be the world's greatest dad, and my daughters gave me a hat that said world's greatest dad. I was at every dance recital. Hell yeah, I was at every dance recital, school play, choral event, playing tennis, basketball, swimming. We did it all. Great vacations. World's greatest dad. That's the biggest thrill that's been in my life by far. So I've been blessed to work with exceptional clients, go on world-class vacations, support my church in many ways, send my kids to excellent schools and colleges, and believe me, their academic pedigree far surpasses dear old dad's little business degree from FSU. They went to JU and Yale grad school. So, wow, yeah, woo, I learned from them. So the question now I get is, Eddie, when are you going to retire? Well, let's see what Top Gun Tom Cruise Maverick had to say.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
Woo! Oh! Maybe so, friends, but not today. No! Not today. My final message is this. Life is about getting it all right. Family, spiritual, physical, social, financial. I'm who I am because great people inspired me, and I've worked hard to achieve my goals. They lit a fire in me, and if I've done anything right, I hope I've lit a little bit of a fire in you, because in my career, I believed, I achieved by persisting, and so can you. Now let's go have our great season ever. I love you. God bless you.
Introducing our closing speaker. Put your hands together like he always does for you, Marty Mulcahy.
Good morning, Tom James partners. Welcome to our closing speech of the 2026 January International Sales Meeting. It's my pleasure to introduce someone who is pretty incredible and truly represents dedication, resilience, and heart, Elise Shinsky. There's something very special about her. Elise is not only a hardworking and loyal sales professional, but also someone who brings passion and purpose into everything she does. She can take almost any situation and turn it into a positive, which is really commendable. She balances success in sales and leadership with something that she is most proud of, her family. Her husband, Brian, and their 3 wonderful boys, Henry, who's 5, Hudson, who is 4, and Denver, who's 20 months. If you haven't met her wrecking crew, you're missing out, because they're absolutely beautiful and so much fun. And this speaks to volumes about her strengths and commitment. Elise proves that excellence just doesn't happen. It just isn't about showing up every day with drive and a good sense of humor. So now, to close out our 2026 International Sales Meeting, please join me with a big round of applause in welcoming an outstanding saleswoman and an inspiring person, Elise Shinsky.
Need some water. Thank you, Marty. Well, I'm truly humbled to be standing on this stage today and grateful for the opportunity to share my story. Have you ever noticed the moments that change your life the most almost never show up on the calendar? They aren't scheduled, predicted, or wrapped in a neat little plan. They come disguised as detours, missed turns, unexpected construction, and delays you'd never choose. And yet, those detours end up shaping you more than the perfectly paved road ever could. I want you to close your eyes and imagine preparing to drive to a new destination. You plug the address into your GPS, and instantly it gives you a few suggested routes, each with its own ETA. You pick the most efficient one, start your car, buckle your seatbelt, and off you go. You're cruising, following directions, listening to music, until you unexpectedly miss a turn. Suddenly, you're on a highway you've never been on. Instead of panicking, your trusty GPS immediately recalculates and gives you the next best path. You're back on track, making great progress until you hit construction. The map wasn't expecting this disruption either, so it automatically recalculates again. You've added time, your route looks nothing like the original plan, but you're back on your way. Ding! The GPS suggests another route that saves 7 minutes. You pick that path. And somewhere between frustration and second guessing that very first misturn, you look up and realize you're 1 mile away. You've arrived, safe, sound, and relieved. Your GPS never shut off. It never stopped giving you the next best step just because the road got bumpy. It didn't hesitate, it didn't judge, it simply recalculated. The goal or destination never changed. The GPS simply knew that it would find a way, and it did just that. Very calm, cool, and collected. As I prepared what to share with you today, I couldn't help thinking about my own internal GPS and how it works the exact same way. Now, I am not a geographical expert. In fact, I rely on real GPS every morning on my way to work, a route I've driven probably close to 2,000 times. But what I do know is this: there is incredible power in believing things will work out, even when you don't know how or when. When you find yourself on a road you've never been on and you miss a turn, you need to rely on your inner GPS to get you there. A GPS that is steady, positive, and stays true to the commitment of finding a way, no matter how many extra turns it might take. Spoiler alert, the most important commitment of them all is the commitment to believe you can and that you deserve the world. One of my most favorite daily mantras is this: ask for more. The universe doesn't have a budget. So my goal today is to deliver something clear, real, and actually useful. What's helped me commit to intentionally grow my business, thank you, and my life, and what you can apply to yours. My message has no fluff, no magic pill, just the causes and conditions that has allowed me to be my best and to intentionally grow this season. It involves thinking big, like really big, and having fun, like big fun, and staying committed to a positive internal loop dialogue that reminds you of the endless possibilities in life, even when you're off the path. But before we dive in, I want to give you a little backstory, because who I am today started way before custom suits and closing speeches. I grew up in Farmington Hills, Michigan, a suburb about 30 minutes outside of Detroit, with my mom, my dad, and my older brother, Chad. I spent 1st through 8th grade attending a Catholic school while training as a competitive figure skater, aiming for the Olympics. My morning started at 6 a.m., taking private lessons, skating amongst other Olympians, and then headed straight to school, and some days going back to the rink after class. My mom was my biggest cheerleader and the one who held me to the highest standards. I was wired to compete, wired to win, but competition after competition, I kept placing second, over and over. In my heart, I even started to predict I'd place second, just to soften the blow. I just felt it was more realistic based on my stats. Unknowingly, I became committed to second. This was my norm until one day, a friend who was a competitive swimmer handed me a lucky Ricky Martin sticker. Yes, that Ricky Martin. She instructed me to wear the sticker during my routine that weekend and to picture myself winning gold. I had nothing to lose, so I followed her lead. Prior to the competition, my mind was on loop, picturing myself executing my routine, landing my jumps, and gracefully dancing across the ice to music that I had literally rehearsed thousands of times. I envisioned hearing my name announced as the gold medalist, the rush of emotions as I hugged my mom, my dad, and my coach. I would throw my arms in the air and kiss my new hardware. The hours of dedication would finally be a sweet victory. After all, I had my lucky sticker on my side. I replayed this moment over and over the 2 days leading up to the event. And wouldn't you know it, I finally won gold. Thank you. It was the sweetest victory that I couldn't help but to believe I had spoke into existence. I had committed to gold, and gold committed to me. As I continued to grow up during my middle school years, my priorities switched from the Olympics to being part of a community and team events that came with high school. So after that first place victory, I hung up my skates. I knew high school would bring new ventures, and I wanted to see what else I was capable of. Retired at 14. Iconic. But that moment was the first time I felt the power of mindset. How what you believe before you step on the ice, the field, the stage, shows up in your results. That fall, I went to Marian High School, an all-girls Catholic school, and suddenly this whole world opened up to me. I'd missed the team sport dynamic, so I jumped in head first. Field hockey, lacrosse, volleyball, and competitive dance. Now, I'll be honest, I hated the school part of high school. Sports were my entire personality. With math as my worst and most challenging subject, I remember having a vivid memory of crying to my math teacher and saying, I am never going to use fractions in my life. Let's just say that did not age well. But what did work out was discovering my passion for leading, competing, and being part of a team. When I was on the field, I'd escaped to a different world. The adrenaline rush of scoring the winning goal and pushing myself to the max was a feeling I couldn't explain. I was achieving and building my confidence with each W, and I continued my lucky sticker projections before each game. And time again, I became a believer that success wasn't by chance. It was my vision. My zest for achieving went into overdrive. I was selected as captain of all 4 teams and awarded first team All-State in field hockey and lacrosse my junior and senior year. Big Ten schools were scouting me, and I felt unstoppable. That's where I really started to understand who I was. In true Pisces form, I kept visualizing the life I wanted, and my subconscious creative mind and the universe went to work for me. I went on to play Division I field hockey at Central Michigan, where I earned my elementary teaching degree, minoring in language arts, science, and middle school education. Continuing to take chances, I graduated and moved from Michigan to Safety Harbor, Florida, literally 20 minutes from this resort, to teach 8th grade English. Earlier that year, I created a vision board filled with palm trees and ocean views, and it was no surprise that's exactly where I landed. As much as that first year of teaching was full of highs, a new city, new state, new job, new friends, it was also overshadowed by the lows. My job was literally draining the life out of me. Between intense parent interactions, strict district testing, and the realization that no matter how hard I worked, my pay would never change, I felt defeated. My salary was $36,400, and I remember getting just $75 before taxes to be the head volleyball coach, even though it took up so much of my time and energy. I wanted to help people and mentor them and feel needed, but I also wanted the big fairy tale life for myself. I wanted the husband, the kids, the vacation, the lifestyle, the freedom to dream and afford everything life had to offer. Meanwhile, my current fairy tale was one that couldn't afford a flight home for the holidays and finding random roommates on Craigslist to be able to afford rent. If you know, you know. Looking to avoid my problem, I decided to invest in myself. I started going to Bikram, or hot yoga, every day after school. It became an obsession. I loved challenging my mind and my body to the impossible, all while dripping sweat in a 100-degree room that smelled like old socks. My day-to-day mood improved, but with more zen. But my bank account and vision for my future still felt suffocated and stuck. My once Olympian, I can do the impossible mindset was now overbearing with thoughts like, will I ever be able to afford my own house? What about my own car? What about afford a family and live the dream? Am I just gonna be a teacher forever? Is this as good as life gets? Do I have any other options with my degree? Who was ever going to hire a teacher? After learning that principal's pay was barely $10,000 more, with even more demands, my options continued to seem limited. For even further insult to injury, and the hardest part of all, the teaching community wasn't exactly the most positive environment. I was surrounded by people who hated their jobs, told me I'd never be able to afford my own house, and that even having a family one day of my own wasn't feasible due to teaching schedules and demands. In short, I was told to deal with my hand and settle like they had for decades. My GPS was trying to recalculate, but my routes were nowhere to be found. Everything came to a head that year on my 25th birthday. I cried the entire day. Yes, even at my Hello Kitty birthday party. Because I was single, broke, and miles away from the life I'd always imagined I'd have by that milestone. The next school year, things went downhill fast. I found myself absorbing the energy around me, negative thoughts, doom and gloom perspectives, and the dreaded, it is what it is mentality. My parents have always supported me in everything that I do, but even they were exhausted from hearing the same defeated story every time I called home. The tears were constant, and my vision for my dream life had completely disappeared. I wanted off the route I was on, but I didn't know how. By the end of my second school year, I felt desperate for clarity. I knew deep down this trajectory wasn't meant for me. After all, we only get one life, and there is no do-over. And then, right as the school year ended, I got the sign I've been waiting for. Our district had a sister school exchange program with Nagano, Japan, established during the 1998 Olympics. Every year, 2 teachers were selected and handpicked to travel to Japan and teach American culture, while in turn, they sent 2 Japanese instructors to Tampa. It was an 8-week immersive experience, living with a host family in the outskirts of Nagano and visiting 27 different schools. With hopes to run away from it all, every year I applied, and every year I was denied. But there are times to charm, and that year I was selected. The trip wasn't a turn I could have predicted on my GPS, but it's one I will forever be grateful for. It so happened that my 8-week stay was during the summer festival in Japan, known as Tanabata, a tradition where people write their deepest wishes, goals, and dreams on colorful paper strips called tanzaku, which means exploration in Japanese. These wishes are then hung on bamboo branches throughout the city, symbolizing hope, renewal, and possibility. During this ancient legend celebration, streets and schools become filled with bright decorations, music, along with the handwritten intentions. Participating in Tanabata invites people to reflect on what they truly want and to boldly put those desires out into the world. I immersed myself into the experience, mentally and physically. Every day, I wrote my biggest, scariest, and borderline unrealistic goals and manifestations and added them to the trees. Things like, I am successful. I always find a way. The love of my life is out there, waiting for me. The house, the kids, the dream, it's all coming. I earn a 6-figure income. I own a huge house with a big yard, and it's filled with my kids running around, smiling and laughing. My mom and dad can retire knowing they don't have to worry about me. I am worthy. With each paper, I started to believe in true Japanese tradition that it would come true. The duration of my stay included many internal dialogues, mostly because not a soul spoke fluent English, and I had 100% committed to this dream life I had written on the trees. I left Japan committed to creating real change and refusing to let anything stop me. Because at the end of the day, if I'm not my biggest cheerleader, then who would be? The positivity and relentless commitment to becoming the person I knew I could be followed me all the way back to the States. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't repeating my negative narrative. I was opening my eyes and my heart to new possibilities. I had told myself that Japan was going to change my life, and I'd be damned if I was going to come home and be anything less than my best. I again stopped committing to second and started committing to gold. 1 week after Japan, I reconnected with an old friend, and the 2 of us impulsively booked a week-long cruise. Somewhere between island hopping and late-night conversations, I told him about my revelations in Japan and how I desperately needed a new career. He said casually, well, why don't you go into sales? Whether it was puppy love or the moment something truly fit, I came home from that cruise, walked into my principal's office, and told her I wouldn't be returning after the school year. I was going to find a sales career. She laughed and chalked it up to a bad day. Little did she know, I had fully intended to cash that check I had written that following May. I will forever be grateful to my now husband and business partner, Brian, for helping me take that first leap. I love you. Enter Tom James. I came in as a referral from my brother, a very loyal Oxford client. Thanks, Chad. And when I went on my ride day, something clicked. I didn't feel like a number. I felt seen. I felt capable. I felt like I could do this job and do it well. And then I learned I could do all the things I loved: compete, be in control, follow a specific guidebook, teach others, and get paid to do them. No capped commissions, completely employee-owned, promotions within, 401k match, profit sharing, monthly bonuses, quarterly bonuses, incentive trips, incredible health care. It seemed too good to be true. But this was my ticket to create the life I knew was waiting for me. Sign me up. Marty Mulcahy took a chance on a lost teacher who came with no sales experience, no super big connections, and no cushioned bank account. In fact, he had just hired Allie Fitney 2 months prior, who was crushing records and creating buzz company-wide. Marty didn't have to take a chance on me, as he might have already been stretched thin with his new hire, but he did. Marty, I am forever grateful you came into my life at the perfect time. He immediately went to work affirming me that I could do this thing and achieve everything and anything that I wanted. The dream began unfolding right in front of me, hitting goals, getting involved in all the things, and suddenly those long, unpaid hours at science fairs, volleyball courts, and endless after-school events were behind me. Now I was in a career that gave me turn-by-turn directions on how to succeed, how to sell 300 units within my first 3 months, how to achieve President's Club in 10 months, how to grow personally and professionally. I was a sponge who was eager and coachable, and the dream was coming to life. I remember sitting at sales school, writing down 10 big, scary goals for my first year, and by year's end, I had crossed off 8 of them. I was affirming myself daily, committing every season to growth, and immersing myself in this new community in every way that I could. The contrast between my two worlds was striking. My passion for helping others had never wavered, but my classroom had expanded into one filled with endless possibilities, endless income, and the sense that I was back on the ice, back on the field, and back to my true self. So I committed early on to never taking this opportunity for granted. I signed up for all the things, but this time, paid positions. I taught visual prospecting at sales school. I became a recruiter at Central Michigan. I coached in both the men and women's coaching. I joined primary caregiver committee and key leaders. I've hired countless times and somehow got lucky enough to have Briley on my team. I kept adding stops on my route, all while keeping the end goal in mind, marrying Brian and starting our family. Because the truth is, my wife started long before Tom James. It started at my 25th birthday meltdown. I'd always wanted to be a mom, and I committed to building a life that my future kids could be proud of. A life with options, a life with joy, a life where their mom wasn't drained, stuck, and surviving, but thriving. And that vision became my North Star, my internal GPS. Every decision I make leads back to honoring and loving them. I'm now married to Brian, the one who always believed in me, and we now have 3 beautiful children, Henry, Hudson, and Denver. My unwavering, unconditional, and unworldly love and commitment to them is why I wake up every single day. It's why I don't let roadblocks or detours stop me from success or believing success is just right around the corner. Thank you for being my North Stars and always believing, trusting, and giving me my #1 purpose. I love you. Some of you might recall my chairman's speech was dedicated to my late mom. Her legacy has continued to influence me. My guardian angel has never stopped reminding me to make life grand and to show up big, even when it's tough, even when you want to quit and turn your car around and go home. Thank you for guiding me from above and always being with me like you promised. So let's fast forward to 2025. It's now been 10 years since I wrote all of those wishes on the trees in Japan, and I'm humbled and proud to say they've all come true. The husband, the kids, the house, the yard, the freedom to dream and afford the life I want. This past season, I even earned a commission check that was within a few $100s of my yearly teaching salary. We've increased our rolling 12 clients by 80 and added over 1,000 units to our yearly total. But did we hit every goal we aspired to? No. Did we achieve Hays by October? No. Did my team grow to 4? No. And that's the beauty of having really, really big goals. Just because the vision and execution is there doesn't mean it automatically happens overnight. It's the process of becoming the person who can achieve those goals and embracing the mindset that every day I'm getting closer and closer to those victories. So, what routes did we take to have our best year ever that we can apply to 2026? I'm going to present this part in a bulleted list teacher format so you can apply it to your own. Number 1, mindset commitment. Without this one, you might as well just toss any other commitments to the wayside. Your commitment and your unwavering belief that anything is possible has to be first and foremost before anything else can be set into motion. Your mind is always looking for ways to prove itself right. Feed itself a story that you want to come true, not the realistic one or the good enough one. To combat my mind, I have a simple routine I do before bed and every morning. Given that we have 3 children under the age of 5, I had to modify to make this work. It had to be something I could do no matter what. So here it is. Every night, the last 15 minutes before I go to sleep, I write down my biggest goals, gratitude and manifestations, both personal and professional. I don't just list things, I explain them. I also pull up my calendar for the next day and predict pen on paper, in a perfect world, what each client is generally capable of buying in a dollar amount. So for example, new client on, automatic $10,000 package. Delivery to a client who's been telling me no on new pants and that he's all set for the rest of the year. Well, today's the day he rips a pair of pants on the way to work and realizes he needs to upgrade and replace all of his pants in a suit while he's at it. $5,000. I'm talking best case scenario for everyone. Yes, even that 3rd trip to deliver a wrong size shoe, he's buying. I'm always taking my shot when face-to-face, text-to-text, or on the phone with a client. And the next night, when I do my writing routine, I reflect on what actually happened that day and see what came true. You'll begin to surprise yourself when the numbers start to add up and your intentions become a reality. And for those who are afraid of feeling salesy, something from a past morning meeting has stuck with me. You can't be nervous when you're focused on service. Thanks, Mark Cleve. As far as my morning routine, when I wake up, I recite an affirmation the minute I open my eyes so I can start my day on the right note. Thanks, Greg Pittman. My personal and professional affirmations are on loop throughout my day, subconsciously, especially when things aren't going my way. Number 2, dialing. You could argue that every business is different, but this is the one anchor that keeps us all on the same ship. If you've ever been coached by me, you know this next line is basically my obsession. The numbers will never fail me. More dials equals more contacts, which equals more appointments, which means more fun and way less stress day to day. But with everything we juggle, it's easy and almost human nature to let dialing disappear into the abyss. So this past year, I made one simple commitment. Every time my car is on, I'm dialing. I use contact control to save simple call list, like last sale 2020, last sale 21, recent referrals by month. Whether it's a 10-minute drive or 45-minute drive, every dial counts. Some days I dial 75 times and I don't book a single appointment. But the very next day, the first 35 names, I've already booked 8 selling. The numbers will never fail me, but inconsistency always will. Number 3, new business and dormant clients. This is hands down the most important driver of our 2025 success. Brian has been the golden goose and the most integral piece to doubling our year. If I were to take a poll on how everyone utilizes assistant allotment, most would reply with the following: bagging clothing, shipping to the factory, keeping track of alterations, and other miscellaneous duties. And sure, those things do make a difference, and they free up your time. However, I believe the best way to utilize your assistant is to simply help you add new business. Full stop. Okay, so this new business focus. Now let me be honest about where I started. My referral pitch in the past, even when I was growing my business, used to sound like this. Hey, thanks for your business today. Is there anyone you can think of I should be giving a call to? No? Okay, no worries. Just send them my way if anyone comes to mind. And that approach led to exactly 0 referrals, with a lucky call in here and there. Even further, if I got a referral, I'd call it and maybe even forget to enter it into the system or misplace the business card. Long story short, new business was unpredictable and dismal. So we changed it. We built a system, simple, direct, and repeatable. First commitment. Every appointment has a thorough hot list, and every appointment it gets presented intentionally. Today, my referral pitch sounds like this. John, thanks so much for your business today. To cut to the chase, I'm looking to have 50 new in-person introductions this month. And we both know that will not happen by mistake. I put together a few quick questions and a short list of people in your network. My only 2 requirements are that they're nice and they can afford the service. Would you mind walking through it really quick with me? I really value your insight. I say this every single appointment, like clockwork. Not when I feel like it, not when the stars align, not only when someone buys. It's the at-bat I refuse to skip. My RQL questions stay consistent. Who in your family really needs my help? Should we surprise your wife with an outfit? Who are the last 5 people you've texted today? And then there's the hot list. Brian builds an extensive, thoughtful list, anywhere from 40 to 150 names, pulled from company websites, Facebook, LinkedIn activity, neighbors, competitors. I run through it on my notes app with my client, and they simply flag who's nice and who can afford the service. Because at the end of the day, I make clothes for any occasion. Sometimes a client selects 1 name, and sometimes they select 45. But as long as I'm 100% committed to showing the list every appointment, the numbers will never fail me. New names to call are the key to freedom in this business. You're excited to dial. You're not overloading your clients, and your mind opens up to the millions of possibilities that come with new introductions. To not dial new names every day is a surefire way to remain stagnant and stressed. The numbers will never fail me. Now, dormant and transfer clients. I will try to keep this one simple and to the point. If they believed enough in Tom James and bought from a past sales rep who maybe left the company before retirement, who most likely had beginner skills and minimal confidence, imagine what they'd do if they had someone like you guiding them this time. If they only bought 1 shirt, that means they have an entire closet ready for new clothing. Power is in the mindset on this one, and I promise you, for those thinking, oh, those clients come with a laundry list of problems, I've never run across a catastrophic problem that scared me away from calling the next guy. I fixed hem lengths on a 2-pan order that's turned into becoming my top 5 client. It's always worth the call. In fact, this month of January, it's going to pay us on dormant, lonely, and drifting clients. The numbers will never fail me. Number 4, focus on today and tomorrow. This one has been discussed on stage before, mostly by our coveted number 1 Jordan, so it shouldn't come by surprise. But the idea of having a busy day with back-to-back-to-back people creates momentum, takes pressure off your clientele, and allows you to unlock the fun of this career. Seeing 5 to 8 people in a day can be broken down into deliveries, new selling, fixing problems, dropping in on clients, or even presenting an idea to a client via text. If you throw enough irons in the fire, something is bound to catch. The numbers will never fail me. Number 5, Wardrobe Masters has set me free. I no longer obsess over units or dollars or slam dunks. I just want to become the person who can sell 2 suits, 2 sport coats, 4 pants, and 8 shirts every day. Let's just say it's somewhat become a sport. After every appointment, I rush to my phone to count my pieces for my daily wardrobe count and also for my monthly count. The mere fact of seeing where I am has unlocked a level of intentionality, creativity, and ultimately becoming a silver wardrobe master with my clients. If you haven't made this paradigm shift yet, I highly recommend you trust me and the company on this one. I legit went from selling 2 pants a month to 45, basically overnight. The numbers will never fail me. Number 6, influence. Immerse yourself with the fantastic company we have at Tom James. Be a part of your office culture. Sign up for coaching, leadership, recruiting, KI groups. Shout out to my current group, Cheyenne, Marty, and Sarah, and my past group, the Rats. Thank you for guiding me and exposing me to my full potential. I'm also so grateful for the primary caregivers. Shout out to all the moms out there. Don't let yourself be on an island. As Todd always says, we get there a lot faster when we're rowing in the same direction. I couldn't be more grateful for the company we keep here and for every single person who has poured into me and given me the chance to become the person I always knew I could be. In particular, Marty and the entire Detroit office, Steve Nucci, Jill Scott, Melissa Marzik, Heather Mielsage, Cheyenne Peacock, Stephanie Hansen, primary caregivers, and the KI top 25 groups. Thanks for believing in me. And finally, number 7, gratitude. There is no success without the love, support, and guidance from my family every single day, and I am so grateful they chose me. There is no me and team, and without them, this train would not move. Brian, Henry, Hudson, and Denver, you are the number one reason I tick the way I do, and the reason I work the way I do. Thank you for being behind me, growing with me, and making life fun and beautiful. I love you, and this is all for you. I share all of this to make one simple point. In order to grow, you have to commit, on and off the field. You have to show up with a winner's mindset, even if you don't feel like it, because nothing good ever comes from a feeling. It comes from action. So I want to bring this full circle back to where we started. Every single one of us walked into this room with a destination in mind. Maybe it's a number. Maybe it's President's Club. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's time with your family. Maybe it's growing your team. Maybe it's finally believing you're capable of more. And here's the truth I've learned over and over again. Your GPS never stops working. Not when you miss a turn, not when a client says no, not when it feels harder than it should, not when the route looks nothing like what you planned. The destination doesn't disappear just because the road gets messy. What does change is your commitment. I spent years committed to second place, committed to this is just how it is, committed to survival instead of belief. And the moment everything changed, on the ice, in Japan, in my career, it wasn't luck. It was the moment I committed to gold. I committed to believing bigger. I committed to taking the shot every single time. I committed to action, even when I didn't feel ready. I committed to trusting that if I stayed in motion, the GPS would keep recalculating. And it did, with my family as my North Star leading the way. So before you leave today, I want you to ask yourself one simple question. What commitments are you plugging into your GPS this season? Not hopes, not wishes, not if things slow down. Commitments. Is it your mindset, what you're telling yourself every single day? Is it your dials, even when it's uncomfortable? Is it asking for introductions, every appointment, no exceptions? Is it letting go of units and grabbing onto wardrobe masters? Is it believing you actually deserve the life you say you want? Because the universe doesn't have a budget, our company doesn't cap your potential, and your future doesn't care about your excuses, only your actions. The road will detour, the GPS will recalculate, and there will be days it feels slower than you expected. But if you stay committed, not to perfect, but to progress. You will look up one day and realize you've arrived. Japan gave me the clarity, Brian planted the idea, and Tom James gave me the platform. My commitment gave me the life. So I'll leave you with this. Commit to gold. Commit to growth. Commit to believing more is possible. And then trust your GPS and go. Thank you.
Y'all give it up one more time for Elise. That
Elise!
was incredible.
Wow. Thank you. We're so glad you found your way to us, Elise. You make us a better company. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
All right, guys. It's time.
Final announcements.
We've got departures beginning right after this session is over, starting at 12:30, and it's going to run every 30 minutes. Last shuttle departs at 5 o'clock, and plan to board at least 2 hours prior to domestic flights.
Yep, submit your reimbursements for the international meeting through Certify using PO number 26-1000. And see you in Marco
Island.
Have a great season.